Welcome everyone, join us today as we delve into the amazing life and career of Johnny Cash, from his humble beginnings in Arkansas to becoming the legendary Man in Black and beyond. So let's dive in. Johnny Cash, born J.R. Cash on February 26, 1932, in Kingsland, Arkansas, United States of America. Born in the small town of Kingsland, Arkansas, he was of English and Scottish descent, and the fourth of 7 children born to Ray and Carrie Cash, a poor farming couple who struggled to make ends meet during the Great Depression. His siblings were Roy, Margaret Louise, Jack, Reba, Joanne, and Tommy, each growing up in a home filled with hard work, faith, and music. Johnny's real first name was simply J.R., a compromise after his father wanted to name him Ray and his mother preferred River. When he enlisted in the Air Force in the early 1950s, he officially changed it to John R. Cash. Life was difficult. Johnny spent long days picking cotton and performing chores on the farm, and his family's struggles gave him a lifelong sympathy for the poor and working class, themes that would inspire many of his songs. His parents exposed him early to gospel and folk music, influences that would later shape his sound. At the age of 12, tragedy struck when his older brother Jack died in a sawmill accident, a devastating event that haunted Johnny and gave him an early awareness of life's fragility. By his teenage years, Johnny had learned guitar with the help of his mother and a close friend, and soon began writing songs inspired by Southern gospel, country, and folk traditions. He performed at school events and local churches, laying the groundwork for what would become an extraordinary musical career. After high school, Johnny enlisted in the U.S. Air Force, serving as a Morse code operator in Germany from 1950 to 1954. During this time, he began performing on bass and honing his musical skills. After returning from the military, Johnny married Vivian Liberto on August 7, 1954, and together they had 4 daughters: Roseanne, in 1955, Kathy, 1956, Cindy, 1957, and Tara, 1961. To support his young family, he sold appliances while studying to be a radio announcer, but music remained his true calling. At night, he played alongside guitarist Luther Perkins and bassist Marshall Grant, who became known as the Tennessee Two. Determined to break into the industry, Johnny auditioned for Sun Records in Memphis. Sam Phillips, famous for discovering Elvis Presley, initially told him to come back after more experience, but Johnny persisted. In 1955, his perseverance paid off with the release of Cry Cry Cry, his first hit, which climbed to number 14 on the Billboard country charts. He quickly followed with Folsom Prison Blues, which rose to number 4 that same year. Then in 1956, Cash's career accelerated when he was invited to perform with the legendary Million Dollar Quartet, Elvis Presley, Jerry Lee Lewis, and Carl Perkins, an iconic moment in rock and country history. More success followed with I Walk the Line in 1956, number 1 on country charts. Ballad of a Teenage Queen, 1958, number 1 country. And Guess Things Happen That Way, 1958, number 1 country, cementing his place as one of the most important figures in country music. Throughout the late 1950s and 1960s, Johnny's career skyrocketed the country charts. Hits like Ring of Fire in 1963, reaching number 1, and Understand Your Man, 1964, also number 1, broadened his appeal. Johnny and Vivian's marriage faced increasing strain as fame and relentless touring took their toll, leading to their divorce in 1966 after 12 years together. Even before the divorce, Johnny had become deeply infatuated with June Carter, whom he first met during a tour in the early 1960s. He would often send her letters, show up at her performances, and find ways to collaborate musically, signaling a growing attachment that did not go unnoticed by friends and bandmates. Their connection deepened over shared musical projects and mutual understanding of life on the road, though it remained largely private until the late 1960s. Their romance became public in 1968, shortly after Johnny finalized his divorce from Vivian. He and June married on March 1, 1968, and together they had one son, John Carter Cash, born March 3, 1970, who would later follow in his parents' musical footsteps as a musician and producer. June's support became a stabilizing force in Johnny's life, helping him navigate health challenges, addiction struggles, and the pressures of his career, while inspiring some of his most enduring work. Johnny became known for performing at prisons, starting with Folsom Prison in January 1968. The live album, At Folsom Prison, was a commercial and critical success, reaching #1 on the Billboard Country Albums chart and reviving Johnny's career. He followed with At San Quentin, in February 1969, which reached #1 on the Billboard Country Albums chart, and #29 on the Billboard 200, with the single, A Boy Named Sue, becoming his only #2 hit on the Hot 100. His television variety show, The Johnny Cash Show, 1969 to 1971, featured artists across genres, including Bob Dylan, Joni Mitchell, and Louis Armstrong. The show helped break down barriers in music and introduced a broad audience to country folk and rock fusion. Johnny also appeared in a number of films and television projects. Notable appearances include 5 Minutes to Live, in 1961, his acting debut, A Gunfight, in 1971, alongside Kirk Douglas, The Gospel Road, in 1973, a film he co-directed and starred in about the life of Jesus. These roles added a visual dimension to his musical persona and broadened his cultural impact. After the 1980s, Johnny faced declining popularity, with country music evolving beyond his traditional style. In the early 1990s, he began a career resurgence by partnering with producer Rick Rubin for the American Recordings series. The first album, American Recordings, in 1994, featured stripped-down acoustic arrangements that brought his voice and storytelling to the forefront, earning critical acclaim and reinvigorating his fanbase. He followed with Unchained, in 1996, which won a Grammy for Best Country Album and included collaborations with Tom Petty, the Dixie Chicks, and other contemporary artists. In 1997, American 3, Solitary Man, continued his revival, exploring themes of faith and personal struggle, while earning him widespread recognition as a living legend. During this period, Johnny also remained active on tour, performing at major festivals, special events, and collaborations that introduced him to younger audiences. He received numerous honors, including the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 1999, and was inducted into the Country Music and Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, cementing his status as one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century. This period of reflection and artistic experimentation culminated in American 4, The Man Comes Around, in 2002, an album with covers of songs by contemporary artists, alongside original material. The music video for Hurt, in 2002, became iconic, a song originally by 9 Inch Nails. Filmed at his Tennessee home, it captured Johnny confronting his own aging and mortality, while June Carter appears throughout, emphasizing their enduring partnership. The video resonated globally for its raw authenticity and emotional depth, cementing his place as a cultural and musical icon even in the final 2 years of his life. In his final years, Johnny Cash suffered from diabetes, autonomic neuropathy, and respiratory failure. Despite declining health, he continued to perform and record until shortly before his death. On May 15, 2003, June Carter passed away due to complications following heart valve surgery. Sadly, less than 4 months later Johnny, aged 71, would join June, passing on the 12th of September 2003, from complications due to diabetes, at Baptist Hospital in Nashville, Tennessee. He was buried next to June at Hendersonville Memory Gardens, near his home in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Though Johnny Cash is no longer with us, he remains a towering figure in music history. His career includes over 1,500 recorded songs, more than 90 albums, and numerous awards, including 11 Grammy Awards, the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, among many others. He bridged genres, influenced countless musicians, and left behind a family of performers, including Rosanne Cash, John Carter Cash, and others, continuing his musical legacy. His voice and vision continue to inspire generations, standing as a testament to the enduring power, creativity, and resilience of this true icon. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos on your favorite artists, just like this. Take care and bye for now.